Hi everybody, so in this video we're gonna talk about why I'm using so many cameras and why we have different types of cameras and to what we actually use it for, and if it is useful also in your case to have that many cameras. We're gonna figure it out in this one. Coming up. Hi guys, my name is Paul. I'm a German-based cinematographer and this channel is all about filmmaking, gear reviews, but also DaVinci Resolve tutorials. So if there's something that you're interested in, consider subscribe. That really helps the channel. Thank you so much for your support. So I've been asked multiple times why we are using so many cameras. So we have the Red Dragon, then we have the Komodo, then we have the Blackmagic Cinema Camera 4K, then we have the Blackmagic Cinema 6K, then we have the Lumix S1H, we have the Lumix S1 II, we have the Lumix S5 IIX. For me, that all comes down for the use case, and especially at some point we also had jobs at the same time, so two different projects at the same day. So you need people that can cover that, and also you need camera equipment that is kind of matching and will also do the job. So in this instance, it's very helpful to have multiple cameras to use and to choose from. There's this saying like the right tool for the job, right? And each camera is different, and so each project is different. So-called run and gun filmmaking stuff that we are doing, where we have like multiple locations and everything has to be fast-paced and everything has to be just work fine multiple times, then we use the Lumix cameras just because they are so versatile, the image quality is good and battery life is good and just everything works, and we can easily just use them for those situations. And they're also the best one from our cameras that we have for, let's say, when it comes to low light and stuff like that. So therefore I really like the Lumix cameras. They are so versatile, and especially you don't need a gimbal or stuff like that. You just can use the great eyeballs will do the heavy lifting for you. Then we have the Blackmagic camera. So we have the Blackmagic 4K, which I still love because it's so inexpensive and the sensor has such a great texture. And then we also have the Cinema 6K, which has the full frame sensor. And we mostly use both of these cameras if we are recording long form content. So if we do like live streaming, they are incredibly useful for that. So I have the Cinema 6K as a wide angle, and then I have the Pocket as a close-up because this one is micro four thirds, and I'm just using a pass-through adapter from MFT to EF, and then I already have like a 2x extension, if you will. So therefore I use that one mostly as a close-up camera, but also we used them multiple times also for interviews when we had like two different jobs at the time. So therefore they're also pretty useful, and I really like the image quality and everything that comes out of it. It's just really nice, and they're so easy to work with. So even though if I have somebody that haven't never shot on Blackmagic before, I just show them like in 1 minute, that's the menu, then they know, easy, ready to go. And then we also have the Red cameras. So these ones we mostly use for when there's the highest image quality possible required. So therefore, if it is in sports, because I think both cameras are very good in sports, and also, yeah, just from the dynamic range and the post workflow, I like these cameras the most. The image that comes out of them is so nice, and also the Komodo is still very useful to me to this day, just to the pure fact that it has a global shutter. And we had several instances, especially in sports, but also in industrial work, where the global shutter came in handy. So therefore I really like that one. And also the Dragon is just a proper, because we started with the Komodo, and you know it has some limitations due to the body size and everything, and then we upgraded to the Dragon because that was the sensor that I fell in love with. 6K is very close to full frame and stuff like that, so the image quality out of that, and it's just a proper A camera where you can plug things in, you can mount things, you have just everything is just there, and it's just ready to go. Whereas on the Komodo, you can, due to the compact form, you can strip it down. You can use it in different spaces where you can use the Dragon Force. So both of them have their pros and cons, and I really love using them. So now let's come to the question, is it really useful for everybody? I think no. Sometimes also when a business is going slower, I also think like, hey, we have so many gear in the shelf that we are not using, so we could easily sell it because we're not using it. But then there are also the other times where we have so many projects that we use those cameras. So I think if you're, let's say, if you're more like a company owner and you have different shoots for different requirements, then such a use case makes sense. And also if you rent these cameras, I also rent these cameras out, especially like the Komodo last year. I made around 6 to 7 grand only from renting out the Komodo for a couple of times. And even the camera is already 5 years old by the time, so it was just a no-brainer. Yeah, because I was like thinking by the beginning of the year, I might sell it, and I was like, oh, they're coming in so many rental requirements for the Komodo. Just thinking, hey, okay, why sell it? Because I will only get like 2 to 3 grand now. And now it's like I got 7K or 8K in the whole year with the camera. So therefore also if you rent out your equipment, it's useful to have more cameras, because when one camera or even 2 are rented out, you can use other cameras that you have for doing like your own production. So therefore that's also helpful. So just, I think, see it as an additional source of income, and if that is helpful for you when the projects are getting more complex. Otherwise, if you're just doing your own work and you're maybe just 1 or 2 people, you don't need that much cameras, to be honest. And also for the whole renting stuff, there's so many things you have to keep in mind on. So it's not for everybody, basically. So I hope this video was helpful to you and I could clarify this question. And if you have any further question regarding those cameras, why use them, that I maybe didn't answer, just put them in the comments below. And see you in the very next one. Cheers!